And now the voice of Oklahoma presents Johnnie Lee Wills and all the boys.
The death of Bob Wills in May 1975 ignited a Western swing revival throughout America. One of the people to benefit from this musical phenomenon was Bob's brother Johnnie Lee Wills, who had been with Bob from the very beginning as a Texas Playboy in September 1933. Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys played on KVOO in Tulsa, Oklahoma daily from February 1933 through 1942. When Bob left the Tulsa, Oklahoma area for California in 1942, he turned the band over to his brother Johnnie Lee, who continued the daily broadcast until 1958. What you are about to hear is a reunion of Johnnie Lee Wills' band on KVOO on August 26, 1982. This broadcast is from Cain's Ballroom at 423 North Main Street in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. Many of Johnnie Lee's former band members, as well as some Bob Wills alumni, were on the broadcast, including vocalist and fiddler Curly Lewis, pianist Clarence Cagle, saxophonist Blub Rhees, Benny Garcia on electric guitar, Tommy Perkins on drums, and several others, including vocalist Candy Noe and her husband Roy Ferguson. I hope you enjoy it. Do me a favor and click on the red subscribe button below. YouTube will never bother you with any emails. They just want to know if you're watching my videos or not. But if you ring the bell, you will receive a notification when we upload a new video. It's your choice. And with that out of the way, here we go.
Oklahoma, where we take you now to beautiful downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Cain's Ballroom, and here's KVOO's own Jack Fox.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, to live from Cain's Ballroom in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Johnnie Lee Wills and all the boys. For you.
Yes, sir.
And sing the songs you want to hear before we are through. It's Johnnie Lee and all the boys sending thanks to you for your support and loyalty and your friendship.
Yes, sir, that is. And hello, friends, to you everywhere's everybody. And hello, Jack Fox. My goodness. Everything's really lively down here tonight, and seems like we're going to have a big time.
Johnnie Lee, ever since I've been a little bitty boy and used to lay on Mama's kitchen floor on that old linoleum and listen to Johnnie Lee and all the boys coming to everybody from KVOO in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've always wanted to say that. Johnnie Lee and all the boys, tonight I got my opportunity.
Wonderful. You done a good job for it, too.
We're out here to celebrate Johnny's birthday tonight, a big birthday party for Johnny and history in the making for many, many times over. This is just an extension of what happened for 26 years over KVOO.
Everything's mighty fine, and I'm still proud to be here, and KVOO has been so wonderful to all of us guys. Well, a great big thanks. I want to say that.
Okay, Johnny, let's get back. I know you got a lot of good music. The guys are all wound up. They're waiting on you out there.
Raring to go, and a lot of friends down here with us, and seem like they're in the mood, and let's just make that the title. In the mood. All right. Yes, sir, there it is, in the mood. Mighty good. Oh, boy, these friends down here tonight is sure kind of wakes anybody up, puts a big smile on their face. We just hope you friends out there listening that some of our older friends is back with us, well, I'll say when we started. But we've got a lot of them down here tonight with us, too. And to keep things moving on, we'll get Curly Lewis up here to do a number, Whose Heart Are You Breaking Now?
I was the one that you fooled yesterday. Whose heart are you breaking now? You took our romance and threw it away. Whose heart are you breaking now? What has become of the love we once knew? What have you done with each vow? Somebody else is a king for a day. Whose heart are you breaking now?
Johnnie Lee Wills and all the boys coming to you live on KVOO. Johnny, this is great. You know, we've got Johnny out here celebrating his birthday, and I don't know of anybody that has to work like he's working tonight on their birthday. How about a big hand? Of course, this crowd would have it no other way, Johnny, than for you to work on your birthday.
Oh, they're wonderful, Jack. They really make a guy feel mighty good. All the guys up here tonight are full of life, working hard, and I believe the people out there is letting them know it.
Johnny, we got a lot of the old band members here with us tonight. You want to introduce them now? You want to talk about some of the band members, or you want to go on and introduce them later on the show?
Well,
this is your show.
We'll, I don't know why we can't do it right now.
Let's give them some recognition.
Well, let's see, it's quite a few years, and some of them changed their names. I can't help it. You know, it's been quite a while since I've introduced some of them. But I'll try to remember. Over here on my right, the steel guitar is a fine guy, Mr. Candy Noe. And then the guy that should be over there by him with a hat on and a trumpet player that you won't believe, one of the finest, Mr. Bob Womack. He's been around quite a few years, I'll tell you that. And then another guy we're always proud of and glad when he comes up and plays with us. It's Mr. Rudy Martin from Enid, Oklahoma. Mr. Rudy. Then our old standby that's been with us a lot of years, and he's not showing it much, but he wants to show his hair. I guess he won't wear a hat. I guess you friends notice that it's down here. We're trying to make a cowboy out of him, but he said, I'll just be a cow person. So he won't wear a hat, but he plays a lot of saxophone, Mr. Rhees. That's the guy that keeps us going back there and won't let us slow down or kind of get sleepy. A wonderful drummer, Mr. Tommy Perkins. Now we'll start over here on my left, way over on my left. Here's a guy, I guess, that's been with me longer than anybody. If you ask him, he'll say too long, but I don't think it was, because he's one of the grandest guys I've ever known, and he's done more for me than anybody. Our piano man, Mr. Clarence Cagle. Then the kid in the band that's got a bass fiddle back there holding it up. That's a bass fiddle. It might look like a ukulele on him, but it's a bass fiddle. And he's a wonderful bass man, Mr. John Cummins. Then another fellow here that was with us on this bandstand for several years, one of the greatest guitar players, Vinny Garcia. And boy here with the guitar, he's kind of the, I don't know, he gets us all together and tells us where we're going. Of course, he's always smiling when he tells us where we're going. Fine guitar player and singer, Mr. Roy Ferguson. And we finally had to come along and get a person in the band, and we've got a good one. She's a lively one, everybody likes her, and she enjoys singing, and I know you'll enjoy hearing Miss Candy Noe tonight. And Candy, yeah. Saxophonist. She's going to sing one right now. By golly, Bennett, we got her up here. I forgot. Oh, wait a. See, I told you. My goodness, how'd I do that? There's quite a few of us up here, I'll tell you.
You changed your mind, right?
No, I haven't changed that, but I left out a guy, and I shouldn't have done that. Mr. Curly Lewis here, one of the greatest fiddlers and singers they are. How are you doing?
I've been late for a lot of things whenever I was playing up here with you all the time anyway.
Well, that's all right. But not completely forgot, no, just overlooked. Now we'll get Miss Candy Noe up here to do a number, and whatever it is, I don't know.
Now that's good. Well, when I met you, you were sitting on a stool in a bar downtown, just trying to be cool. It seems everything has changed around. I bumped into you, passed around. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. just last week at the dancing hall. Well, now me and this guy, we were having a ball. Well, something hit me. I turned around, I bumped into you, and we bounced around. It's the boom, bounce, boogie. Boom, bounce, boogie. Boom, bounce, boogie. Boom, bounce, boogie. You do the boom, bounce, boogie and dance like a crazy fool. You do the boom, bounce, boogie and dance like a crazy fool.
Candy Noe, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, pick that one up. That's all right. We got a new one. This is coming to you live on KVOO, and if you're not down at Cain's Ballroom tonight, you're missing something great. Johnnie Lee, throughout the night, we've got a lot of interesting guests that's going to be on your show, some that you don't even know is here tonight.
Oh, that sounds mighty good.
Right now, I'd like to bring on the guy that made all of this possible and kind of coordinated the whole mess and put it together from Tulsa University, Dr. Guy Logston.
Right.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. This evening, one of Johnnie Lee's friends for many, many years, the man who took care of a lot of legal problems through the years with copyright and all. Johnnie Lee, what?
Well, yeah, we've known this guy ever since we first come to Tulsa, but he never did like me like he did Bob. I never did need him as much as Bob did.
Anyway, David Milstein, a well-known Tulsan, a poet, a man who's worked with Johnnie Lee, Bob, the Will Rogers estate. He's done so much, and he's known for the poems he writes, and I think he has something special for Johnnie Lee Wills tonight.
Wonderful.
David Milstein.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, to stand on this platform tonight, of course, brings back many memories. And Johnnie Lee has some very fine guests here tonight, so I'm going to be somewhat brief. When a man reaches the age of 70, he becomes what is known as a septuagenarian. And so tonight, Johnnie Lee, to become a septuagenarian is indeed a cherished blessing. But to camouflage the expectancy is to indulge in selfish guessing. To reach 70 has biblical implications, but one cannot bribe the calendar and escape the frustrations. To be grateful for your family, your relatives, and your friends warms the body and the spirit upon which love anchors and depends. Devoted thoughts are noble thoughts. They come from folks who care, to remain forever in the storehouse, and the memories will keep them there. God bless you, Johnnie Lee Wills, and a happy birthday.
David Randolph Milstein, the gentleman who took care of all the legal problems with San Antonio Rose.
right. Yes, sir.
It's all yours, Johnnie Lee.
Mighty fine. Oh, it's wonderful that Mr. Milstein will take time and come down here and be with us tonight on something like this. It really did surprise me. I didn't really think he cared that much, but you don't know how good that makes a guy like me feel. We're going to get Rhees up here now to sing an old-timer that's been done over this bandstand, I guess, about as many times as any. The kind of love I can't forget.
suffered. My heart is filled with misery. again, dear. We could live so happily. The kind of love I can't forget, dear, was the love you gave to me.
Mr. Glenn Rhees, yes, sir.
We've got another special guest. I'm going to stand in for Jack Fox because while he's out working, I'm out playing, visiting with all you great people and learning things. So we're going to bring a gentleman up. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, I think everyone should meet Irene Wills, Mrs. Johnnie Lee Wills. Irene Wills, right over here. They say behind every great man is a great woman, and Irene Wills is a great lady, I guarantee you. You know, Johnnie Lee Wills has had the 44th annual Stampede. He's got Johnnie Lee Wills Western Store. He's done many things contributing to the traditions of the city of Tulsa, to the state of Oklahoma, and to our great nation. One of the men who came to Tulsa in 1934 when KVOO had the nerve, and really that's what it was, wasn't it?
That's right.
Because y'all had been turned down by a lot of radio stations in Texas and Oklahoma. And KVOO with W.B. Way had the nerve to say, we're going to give a home to the Playboys, and then it became Johnnie Lee Wills' home as well. One of the men who came up, and I don't know how to state it. I don't want to say one of the survivors, but you and Johnnie Lee, I guess, are the last of the original crew who came up here in Tulsa and went on the air February 9th, 1934. The man who was Bob's manager, Johnnie Lee, owned Cain's Ballroom for many, many years, helped produce the Johnnie Lee Wills Stampede, has done so much in the horse world here, Mr. O.W. Mayo.
Thank you, Guy. Well, I guess that Johnnie Lee and I, we do have more seniority than anybody else on the bandstand.
Right.
I joined Bob and the boys in 1933 in September in Waco, Texas. And Johnnie Lee was one of the boys. I've been knowing Johnnie Lee since that time, 49 years. I've worked with him, I've worked for him, and as I said earlier this evening, Will Rogers said he never met a man he didn't like. I wouldn't go that far, but I never met a man that I had more respect for than Johnnie Lee Wills. I respected him for his honesty, his integrity, his devotion to family and friends. And if friends would make a man rich, Johnnie Lee Wills is a millionaire. Johnny, congratulations on your 70th birthday. I remember I had my 70th birthday once, and it was a little over 11 years ago. So I hope you have another, well, I couldn't hardly hope for 70 more years, but I can see 15 to 20 and maybe 25. Maybe you could reach that 100. But anyway, I wish for you the very best. And Buddy, and I mean Buddy sincerely, we have been friends and buddies and for all these years, and I look forward to remaining your friend and pal until we're called away from some reason or other.
Right.
So congratulations.
Man, if you only knew how wonderful he is. He's put up with more than any other guy that I know of in the world. 2 bands. And I don't know which aggravated him the most, if Bob's band or mine. But he said, doggone, he wouldn't have had his hair get that light if he hadn't run into what he'd run into. But when he said friend, I think he is one of the best friends we ever had, and he's one of the guys that had more reason, patience, And I don't know, like I say, through the years, he's kind of seen about 200 or 300 guys come through this hall and stay a while and then leave and what have you. But there's been quite a few Playboys I led back then, and I've had a few, but not as many as the Playboys has had. And Guy Logsdon said that Mr. Melvin himself might be the last true survival. There are two others, June Whalen and Son Lansford. They come up here with us in 1934. And I believe that about it. That's the five. Everett Stover was 6. Mr. Mel was 7. I believe that's the way it was. But anyhow, tonight has really been wonderful for me, and seeing all you people down here, and the way they're dancing, it just kind of makes you want to get back in the swing of things. And I think, Jack, when you say something, we'll get another tune started.
Wait just a minute, Johnny. We have another guest tonight. You know the media works on seconds, and we have other media here tonight other than KVOO. This is coming to you live on KVOO, wherever you're listening out there tonight. Johnnie Lee Wills' birthday party. And we want to bring on a guy right now because other medias are here tonight. We have to bring him on right now, and we want to bring on the mayor of Tulsa, Honorable Jim Inhofe. Jim.
Thank you, Jack. Boy, it's great to be. You know, Jack, a few years ago, if someone told me that I'd be standing on the same stage with Johnnie Lee Wills, I wouldn't have believed him. I wouldn't have believed him because we moved here in 1942, and you don't know it, but I didn't miss those programs. We used to come down here, and they'd have you, and of course Hank Williams, and so many of them. Ernest Tubb, he was here not too long ago. And let me tell you, this man right here, you're going to hear a lot of good things about him tonight. But he's not just a man, he's an institution. He's something that has given birth to country swing. He has made Tulsa the country and western swing capital of the world. But more than anything you're going to hear about him tonight, and Irene, I want you to listen to this because I really mean it, and it comes from real deep down here. This guy is just an ordinary good old boy. He's just like Billy Parker and Jack Fox and some of the rest of them over here. And let me tell you, that's about as nice a thing as you can say about a guy. He doesn't buy that. Well, let me tell you, the city of Tulsa is real proud that join in this celebration tonight. And we're going to do something for you tonight that only has happened to two other people in your field. And that was Ernest Tubb and Don Williams when he did singing on the Tulsa Time song and brought us a lot of attention internationally. Right. So I'd like to have you folks listen for just a moment and bear with me because we're making this a very special day in the history of Tulsa because he's done so much for Tulsa. Whereas Johnnie Lee Wills was born on September 2nd, 1912 in Texas. We like to forget that. I never did. You know, he had the good sense to move to Tulsa a long time ago. It wasn't his fault where he was born. And he grew up hearing the fiddle music of his father and of his grandfather. And whereas on February 9th, 1934, Johnnie Lee Wills, and you know, that was the year I was born. And you chose that year to move to Tulsa, and I'm right proud of that. 1934, Johnnie Lee Wills moved to Tulsa as one of the original Texas Playboys and participated in the historic broadcast when Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys went on the air on KVOO radio. Whereas in 1935, Johnnie Lee Wills was a band member when the Texas Playboys made Cain's Ballroom their headquarters, and for 25 years helped make Cain's legendary ballroom known throughout the nation. And whereas in 1940, now this is the good part here, in 1940, Johnnie Lee Wills organized his own band known as Johnnie Lee and All of His Boys. And when the Texas Playboys moved to the West Coast, he continued the legendary noon broadcast over KVOO. You see, the important thing about this is they went out to the West Coast and he stayed here. He's a smart guy. And he continued the legendary noontime broadcast over KVOO radio and the Thursday and Saturday night Cain's dances. And when it went off the air in late 1958, he had the longest daytime radio show in the nation. And whereas in May 1982, and I was there at this one, Johnnie Lee Wills produced the 44th annual Johnnie Lee Wills Stampede, one of the oldest rodeos in the nation. And whereas Johnnie Lee Wills, as a recording artist, had such hits as Milk Cow Blues and Rag Mop, through such hits, and the use of a heavy rhythm beat. Let's hear it. All right, heavy rhythm beat. He had a direct influence on the development of rock and roll music and was instrumental in making Tulsa the capital of Western swing throughout the world. And whereas, as one of the nation's greatest band leaders, in 1982, Johnnie Lee Wills and all of his boys were invited to play at the Smithsonian Institute's 16th Annual Festival of American Folk Life in Washington, D.C., and made thousands of new friends for Tulsa and Oklahoma and for himself. He has been an influence in our nation's musical heritage. He is a quiet, humble man who has provided entertainment and happiness for millions of people. And now, therefore, I, James M. Inhofe, Mayor of the City of Tulsa, do hereby proclaim September 2nd, 1982 as Johnnie Lee Wills Day in the City of Tulsa.
Strange as the blue up above, a moonlit past that only she would know. Still here's my broken song of love. Run in all your splendor, know only my heart. Call back my rose, rose of sand and stone. It's so sweet and tender, like petals falling apart. Speak once again of my love, my song, empty words I know still live in my heart all alone. For that moonlit path by the Alamo and rose my rose in San Antonio. Empty words I know still live in my heart all alone. For that moonlit path by the Alamo and rode my road in San Antonio.
All right, yes, sir. Trevor Lewis, Glenn Rhees, and Candy Noe. And I don't know, we've had some friends here tonight. I hope they're still here. I still have to say Sheriff Dave Faulkner and his wife. I'm so glad they come by, and if he's still here, I'd really like to hear him say something up here because he was a wonderful guy and has been to us for many years. And to me, he's still sheriff. But we'll slow it down here a little bit, and I don't know, we'll get, I guess, Blub back up here to do a little bass and street blues. Let's try that on.
You come along with me way down that Mississippi. That's where the light, the dark folks meet. Heaven on earth, they call it Basin Street. The band was there to meet us, some swinging chicks to greet us. That's what I love, the land of dreams. Down that river, down to New Orleans. Now, Basin Street is that old street where all the elite meet. The land of dreams in New Orleans. You never know how nice it seems or just how much it really means. Glad to be, yes, sirree, where welcome streets so dear to me. Where I can't lose no Basin Street blues. You glad you come with me down that Mississippi? That's where the light, the dark folks meet. Heaven on earth, they call it Basin Street. The band was there to meet us, some scurvy broads to greet us. That's what I love, that land of dreams, steaming down that river down to New Orleans. Now, Basin Street is that old street where all the elite meet. The land of to me where I can lose those Basin Street blues. Yeah, those old Basin Street blues.
That's Ben Rhees, all right. Well, we kind of touched on about a few years back, and we've been getting requests for fiddle tunes. And here's one from a good friend of ours, R.D. Ragsdale. Curly, you want to hear Smith's Reel, or Don't Let the Deal Go Down, or Silver Bells? Of course, we done Silver Bells. I think we have on there. I don't know, but we'll try to get to it. But I like the way you play Don't Let the Deal Go Down, and I believe you'd enjoy hearing it too. Mr. Ragsdale, and we'll do it for Mr. Coppins in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And we'll go on down a little further to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. My daughter, her husband, and all the boys might be listening. If they are, here it is. Curly doing Don't Let the Deal Go Down.
This is coming to you live from Cain's Academy, downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sound like it did years ago, Johnny. Johnny, I told you throughout the afternoon we're going to have some honored guests to come on and meet you on your birthday, and we'd like to bring one on now, our Congressman, James Jones. Jim?
Thank you. Jack, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Jack Fox and I are on every Monday morning until I had to announce for re-election, and then after that, Jack Fox went to #1 in the ratings. I'm not sure what happened. I'm here tonight to thank Johnnie Lee Wills and all of those associated with him who've given so much to Tulsa and to the United States. If your 70th birthday had fallen on a time when Congress was in session, we would be able to put in the congressional record today a special tribute to you. But instead, it's going to be in the congressional record a week from today when Congress is back in session, and I'm going to look forward to sending it to you. We were just driving over from Osage County tonight, a young state representative, Don Anderson from Osage County, and I, and we were talking on our way over here how both of us grew up listening to KVOO and to Johnnie Lee Wills and all of his boys. And it's just a great pleasure to join your many other friends in wishing you a happy birthday and thanking you for giving so much to all of us. Johnnie Lee, thank you.
Thank you very much. Congressman Jones, wonderful, and doggone it, really nice that you'd come by here and see us tonight. I appreciate it a lot. Guy?
Johnnie Lee said I would have to do this because he's not an announcer, he's a band leader. And band leaders don't make announcements, but there was a request to dedicate a number to Hazel Andrews, so this number will dedicate to Hazel Andrews.
All right.
And I hope she enjoys it. And I'm not Frank Sims, and I'm not Johnny Ryan, but I wish I'd have been there all those years.
Well,
instead, I just listened to them.
Well, we appreciate
Johnnie Lee and all the boys.
Mr. Dialogue is one of the finest guys, doggone him. He's done all this, and just saying thanks seems awful small, but I really mean it in a big way. And Miss Candy Noe, what you got there you're going to kick off your part?
Hey, good looking. Got cooking, well, how's about cooking something up with me? Hey, hey, sweet baby, I'm free and I'm ready, so how's about keeping steady company? I got a hot rod board and $2 bill, and I know a spot right over the hill. There's on the pop and the dancing spree. If you wanna have fun, come along with me. Hey, hey. Got what you got cooking? Well, how's about cooking something up with me?
Garcia, let's hear it. with you. Now I was going to tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to stop crying and leave you alone. You don't think I'm leaving, can count the days gone. You won't see my sweet face no more. Yeah, you're gonna be wondering, baby, where in this world I'm gone. Yeah, them old milk cows got there.
Johnnie Lee Wills and all his boys. A big hand. Ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to dedicate that song to Lena O'Brien, who also has a birthday today. She's 1 year younger than Johnnie Lee. Today is her 69th birthday. Now, we've got about 2.5 minutes before KVOO has to sign off the air. And what I want everyone here to do is show their appreciation to Larry Schaefer and Cain's Ballroom and KVOO for sponsoring the tribute to Johnnie Lee Wills tonight.
Yes.
A big hand. Larry Schaefer, Cain's Ballroom, KVOO, and give us about a minute and a half. About a minute and a half, is that right, Jack Fox? Jack's a professional and I'm an amateur.
Yeah, we're about to run out.
Give us just a real
Okay,
short
Johnny.
number.
Right. In keeping in tradition, as you would have heard it back in the 40s and 50s, tune in again tomorrow, same time, same station, for Johnnie Lee Wills and all the boys. Yeah. So long, friends, it's time to go. We bid you all adieu.
All to do. Yeah.
Tune us in again sometime and let us hear from you.
Johnnie Lee and all the boys sing thanks to you for your support and loyalty and your friendship.
Yeah, all right.
KVOO Tulsa.
Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoy my Bob Wills videos, click the like button and click the share button to send this video to your friends. They might like it. If you want to hear more Bob Wills music, buy me a coffee with a tip. Click the See More link in my video description and use the Tip Jar app. I also have free music downloads on my website. Go to exploringthepast.net.